great to be up here again and talking about Worldmappin, a project that's quite inspiring actually, and where many people come up to me and talk about it when they see, the Worldmappin hoodie or whatever, and they just, they want to see the project growing, and we have big plans coming up. And let's first talk about the roadmap of Worldmappin. Worldmappin used to be called Steemit World Map. Ouch. Worldmappin used to be called Steemit World Map back in 2017. A couple of years later, it was rebranded to Pinmapple in 2020. And 4 years later, when the project was doomed to be shut down, thanks to Detlef, who acquired and humbly always says that he doesn't manage the project, it is now called Worldmappin. All of the points you can see on the roadmap is what we have achieved so far over the past year. We've had 3 integrations to PeakD, to SNC quite recently this year, and to Distriator. Many more integrations are to come. We went open source thanks to Aachen, who showed up this morning. We had a big split release where we increased the usability and the speed of the site itself. We launched a delegations program. We recently also had the 3rd challenge launch, which is currently still active, so make sure to go and post. Here is our lovely team. We have very big changes coming up. Now the Worldmappin roadmap is going to be taking a sharp turn towards the upside. We have onboarded 3 new users in green, 3 new developers actually, one being Asgarth, which is known for the development for PeakD, and he's helping out with the management of the development team. As you can see, the team is growing really quickly and it's starting to become a little bit chaotic. And so we needed someone to manage all the dev stuff. We've onboarded 2 more developers purely for the UI design and Eben for the front end. On the left, you can see the happy faces from one of our meetups that we had online to discuss the changes and the things where we're going to be moving towards. What is the Worldmappin community? We are, of course, a travel community, as you might think from the map and the blogging, and we are the largest travel community on Hive, and we are continuing to grow every single day. All the content is curated, and we have 5 active curators working every single day to go through the 90 to 100 posts that we have every single day and curate them and put them in the Travel Digest posts and filter out the high quality content that is being put out. The map itself is more than just travel content. It is a place where you can go and explore a new location you might want to check out. Or maybe, it's a bit too far away and you just zoom into the map and discover some hidden gems that maybe you will never visit, or maybe you will get inspired so much by them that you will travel to them. To remind you of the guidelines for posting on Worldmappin. As you know, we have 5 curators, and the quality standards for posting on Hive are quite high. And we want to keep increasing this, and we have a very nice guideline post to support you in making this content high quality. The first rule would be to pin your posts. The current supported languages are English and Spanish, and of course you can post in both. We do not support any AI usage. We do not want the use of any AI content on the world map, because there's just, when you post using AI, the post itself doesn't come off as genuine. And when you read it, You don't get this personal touch from a traveler that travels. We will also want this to be your first-hand experience. We don't want you to just travel about a hotel or food. There are many other great communities for that, and we're going to be expanding Worldmappin to support all of those communities. Worldmappin is really, truly about traveling, and if you want to talk about a hotel or a restaurant, it should be part of your travel. What is the Worldmappin map? On the left, you can see the mobile view of the map, and actually this is Nina Eatz's personal profile, and you can see she is quite a busy traveler with over 140 pins on the map already. The Worldmappin map, as I've mentioned, is there for you to share your experiences and make it discoverable to other people. You discover a hidden gem and make it public for other people to discover. And even if there are 100 posts in one city, there is no way that you won't be able to find a hidden gem yourself. In order to encourage users to keep posting and making great content on Hive, we already have the 4th leaderboard implemented. 3 of them are for the challenges, and there is a big leaderboard with users having over 400 points already for the curated content. And as you make good content and get curated by our team, you will climb the leaderboard. This is actually quite an important topic. And how do you make your first post to Pinmapple? Sorry, Worldmappin. There are only 3 things that you really need. And I'm going to try and make this fast so it actually sticks. First, you need the code of the pin, which you get from the website. 2, you need to create a post where you drop that code. And 3, of course, you need amazing content. I will get into it. So head over to worldmappin.com. Then you press the Get Code button. You zoom into the location. And to help you to find where you actually want to pin the code, you can change to the satellite view. Yes. Correct. There are many ways of, there are actually 3 main ways, I would say, how you can make a post. SNC has recently made an integration, however, it only works on PC at the moment. On Peak D, you can zoom in directly from the map. Thank you for the question. This method is how you would do it on any device on your mobile without any confusion, I would say. So step 4 would be you are zoomed into your location, you just pin on the map, you see the code, you press on the code button, and if you've pressed on it, you will have it successfully copied to your clipboard. Now that you have the code, all you have to do is head over to your front end where you want to make the post from. Here is an example of SNC. So at the bottom, you just click Create Post, write your amazing content. Step 3, don't forget, paste your code so it actually shows up on the map. And also don't forget to include it in the Worldmappin community if it's a travel post. And then just hit publish. And after a couple of seconds, you will see that the comment bot will reply to you and will let you know that your post was successfully added to the map. And that's it. And this is what your post will look like. Question?
How do you handle if you do on a road trip? You're not on a special part and you want to have a lot of pictures but you're on a trip. Yeah. My question is, how do you handle it if you do some road trips and not a specially location? How do you pin it?
Yep. So basically what you're talking about is how do you pin multiple locations going from A to B with multiple pictures and multiple posts, maybe multiple blogs. We're actually now trying to integrate as many features, and that is one of the features that we're going to be working on in the next couple of months. It is a very desired feature from many users that have come to us and said, you know, making blogs on one location is cool, but how do I merge this? Can I make a from A to Z roadmap of going from Berlin to Aachen, where I don't know, took the motorbike and made 3 stops on the way. Worldmappin is more than just a community. On the left, you can see the stats changes from the past 6 months. The community grew by almost 1,000 users. We've had an increase of 10,000 pins on the map itself, and the number of posts are slowly inching up to 110, 120, and it just keeps giving more and more work to the curators. What have we achieved so far? Of course, gamification. We're now on our 3rd challenge, and this is a point that we want to work on and want to continue to improve on. The engagement of Worldmappin is constantly growing. People don't only come to us with questions about how to make a post, but they come to us actively to ask questions about Hive itself. We are a multilingual curation team, and we're actively seeking more languages to support curation. And of course, since July of 2024, we are open source, and we will continue to be open source. Optimizations. Here are some nerd stats, some of the big changes that were added. First of all, of course, the loading speed, which was increased by a whopping 5-fold. And of course, the network optimizations, because when you load up the website, you have to now load 145,000 pins. And if you have an unstable connection, it might take a little bit longer. And so with a very slow connection, doing so, it would usually take you 45 seconds. With a bit of optimizations, we got it down to 4. The big question, where are we headed? In the bottom left, you can see a filled up map with about 1.5 million pins on the map. So at the moment, we're not really worried about optimizing the clustering algorithm anymore or finding a better solution for pinning the pins on the map. So we are switching our focus to redesigning the website and promoting the high quality content that we have on there, because our curators are working tirelessly every single day. On the left, you can see a little sneak peek of the first couple of design ideas of what the website might look like. And some of the ideas are, of course, even more gamification, even more details, even more stats for the user, where they have traveled to, how much of the world have they explored in percentage-wise. Of course, we want to, as I just said, feature the travel stories, the high-quality content. And we want to make it your personal hub, your personal place where you go to the website and you just have your bookmarks saved up for the next trip. You have your road trips saved up, as we've just discussed. And of course, we need to work on the SEO optimizations. We need to get more eyes on the content, and this might be a good way to bring new users to Hive from the Web 2 world. Don't forget to participate in the challenge. There will be prizes. We're giving out Hive Fest tickets as well as merch. Thank you for your attention, and thank you very much for your support.
Michael, thank you very much. I nearly forgot something because you know, there is a Worldmappin team, and they sponsored you as well a nice cap and some stickers. You might know how to handle that. Sorry.
One quick question. What is the economics of this initiative? What are the economics? Does it get funding from the outside, or is it voluntary on a voluntary basis only, or funding from the Hive community? Thank you.
Yes, so for 1 year, we were funded by the DHF proposal. Recently, we got another DHF proposal, which means we're now funded for the next 2 years. The idea eventually is, of course, to get outside funding. And one of the solutions would be, for example, to promote the content that we have from genuine users for hotels, shops, HBD stores, and get funding from that way.
As I'm a little bit involved with this project, I love to have a deeper discussion with you about crazy ideas how to fund it. Because the next 2 years we are searching for, let's say, not each way of getting funded, a sustainable way to use this, all this content, all this really hand-checked information with quality into different ways. So any ideas heavily welcome, and use Michael or me for discussions on that.